Okay, last week I made a video entitled Everything Must Go because I'm at the point where I wanted to get rid of 90 to maybe 95% of my bag collection. So the heavy hitters I decided to put up for you guys, the YouTube viewer, to have a chance to purchase from me at like a steeply discounted price. The remainder of my bags I either gave away to friends and family or I donated to local organizations here. So my collection of like 70 something bags has now been dwindled down to like 7 or 8, and somebody on Instagram, a good friend of the show, Toast, hit me up on Instagram and said, hey Odie, since you kind of showed us all the bags that you're getting rid of, what about all the bags that were left behind? And in this video, that's what we're gonna talk about. So again, shout out to Toast, solid idea. And why I like this so much is as somebody who has reviewed bags and gear and travel for over 4 years now on YouTube and featured in Pack Hacker's best gear review YouTube channel video list thing, but whatever. But the bags that I decided to keep are the bags to me made the ultimate cut. Some of them are gonna look very familiar, some of them might be surprising, but with all of that being said, let's get into it. Okay, so first and foremost, the bag that is hanging up on the wall right now is this bad boy. And it's no surprise that not only did the Manal Daily make the cut, but also the Manal Carry-On. Now these are the Daily 3.0, Carry 3.0. Manal is a fantastic company, and these two bags have been a staple of my channel since early days. I had the first version of both of these, had the second version of both of these, and now have the third version of both of these. And hopefully, maybe, if we're lucky, we'll get a fourth version of both of these. But if you're looking for a very solid, all around, wonderfully built, great materials, great hardware, just minimal but fantastic organization that can take anywhere with you on your daily adventures, then the Daily 3.0 is still a bag that I use to this day. I actually went to Phoenix, Arizona on just a one-night trip, and this is the bag that I ended up bringing with me because it's just a fantastic bag. But if you need something that's kind of similar, because a nice thing about both of these is if you like the small bag, you'll like the big bag, because they're basically mirrored versions of each other with some small differences, like an extra front organization pouch that can be used as quick access on the carry-on bag, whereas on the Daily, you only get the first and front quick access compartment. But both of these are solid. I really like the Manal Carry-On. It's one of my favorite one bag travel bags, and it's still, in my opinion, one of the best one bag travel bags, especially if you get the Manal packing cube set, because then it'll really force you to bring less. And you've heard me say it before on this channel, and I will say it again, if you want to master one bag travel or just get better at it or just give it a chance, the first step and the most important step in my opinion is to get yourself a bag that is automatically out the gate gonna force you to bring less. Because if you have a giant whirl of luggage and you're like, well, I'll just pack half of it. We both know that other half of that roller luggage is going to be packed, because even I do it. If there's extra space in the bag, you're going to probably fill it up. But with the Manal bag, I think it does a really good job of making you bring less, which is perfect for one bag travel. And both the Manal bags are always going to be some of my favorites, as I just kicked one that way into the wall. All right, the next bag that made the cut is one that I actually got a couple comments about and a couple emails about, and I'm not surprised, which just makes me even happier that I decided to keep it. And that is the ATD2 from Attitude Supply. Now this bag, I don't know what it is. This is one of the most simplistic bags I think I've ever reviewed, with some of the highest grade material, hardware, like thoughtfulness into it, but it's also one of the most simplistic designs, right? And a lot of people, when I reviewed this bag for the first time, were like, that price tag is very steep. And it is, but you get a very solid bag. A bag that I am madly in love with, and I could not tell you why. It is a simple roll top that gives you a little bit of expansion. I like Attitude Supply because they also sell packing cubes in their large packing cube, which is made from X-Pack material and has Wither Guard YKK zippers on it. What is happening? Fits perfectly in here. And then you just have this front flat compartment. But if you want a bag, for one, that is perfect for one bag travel and will really take that whole get it bag that forces you to bring less thing to the maximum level, this ATD2, yes, comes in at a steep price point, made in Italy. It is incredibly fun to use. This bag is great if you want to do one bag travel, or if you're somebody that likes pouches or just packing cubes and things like that in general. This bag has a giant empty chasm, and then you can customize and organize it however you would like. And one thing to keep in mind is that I have full reviews of all of these bags on my channel, so apologies if there's not a ton of B-roll. This is kind of a last minute video, so I'm just kind of putting it together to show you what I did, so apologize if it's not super crispy. But the ATD2 is fantastic. If you can afford it and you want a bag that you could literally chuck off a mountain with like the prized jewels inside wrapped in like bubble wrap, this bag would come out the other side fine, and the jewels inside, they probably would be broken because you're throwing jewels off a mountain. But the analogy and the metaphor that I'm going for is that this is probably one of the most durable bags I've used that is not tarpaulin material, because we all know that tarpaulin material from like Wandered and some of the Nomadic bags are pretty durable, and they're great and they're easy to clean. And this is really no exception. Though it's not tarpaulin, it is extremely durable, extremely fun to use, very easy to clean, and one of the benefits that I like, it does not attract dog hair like a lot of bags do, or like this hoodie does, which when you have a little fur baby, you know how it goes. All right, because I mentioned Wandered and Nomadic, let's just get it out of the way. We all know this is what's gonna be here. I'm keeping, obviously, my Wandered Provoke light, and then my Wandered Provoke 21 liters. Now, why this might not be a surprise is for those of you that don't know, when I first started collecting bags about over 4 years ago, this bag, the Wandered Provoke, or Proverky, made famous by Chase Reeves, was on Kickstarter. And at the time, I was still in the military, getting ready to go over to Germany, saw this bag, really loved doing photography as a side gig, because again, still in the military, not doing it like this, and was like, you know what, that would be a really cool bag to take with me overseas. Backed it on Kickstarter, got it shipped to me just in time, because about a month later, I shipped over to Germany and fell in love with this bag, fell in love with Chase Reeves, and here we are later with all the other bags that I collected. So this is still one of my favorite photography bags out there. The Provoke is unmatched. I actually talked to people in a group chat called The Pack, just a little like what's up chat that we have, and it has people like Aaron from Nomads Nation, JB from JB Outside, Bo is Mono from Bo is Mono, Tom from Pack Hacker, and we actually had a pretty in-depth conversation about the Wandered Provoke, and almost everybody that uses it, nope, scratch that, everybody that has used it as a camera bag has said it's one of their favorites, including the famous Bo is Mono has said that, and it is still one of my favorite, and I use it all the time. The light is basically just this, just has a built-in camera cube and is a little bit smaller, but if you want a really good, customizable, hybrid, good photography bag from a brand that is incredible, durable, great material, great hardware, comfortable, the whole 9 yards, the Wandered Provoke comes in at the 21, 31, 41, and light version. So 4 different ones with different packing or camera cubes, like mediums that take up the whole entire bottom half of the bag, or smaller ones that take up the front half. This energy drink is making my words stumble upon themselves. But Wandered Provoke and Wandered are great, and these are 2 Wandered bags that there's no way I could ever part with, mainly because this guy right here has been with me since the beginning, and I'll never get rid of him. I'm gonna be buried with this thing. And if you think I'm kidding, ask my partner. All right, a little bit of a smaller bag and one that's really simple. I needed to keep a sling, and at the end of the day, the Belloy light sling is still my favorite sling to use. Not only is it packable because it's super thin and easy and flexible, but it also has a nice weather guard zip on here, and it has very minimal but perfect organization. If you just want a nice sling, and maybe you need something a little bit smaller, and I totally understand if you do, this one to me is like the perfect size, because I can take all of my daily stuff. I can even throw in some of my mobile filmmaking gear like my DJI Action 4 or even my DJI Pocket 2, fit my wallet, my keys, my phone, my AirPods, and anything else I need. It's easy to undo, it's easy to adjust, and like I said, ultimately it's packable. And when doing one bag travel, having something like this for when you get to where you're going is perfect. And Belloy is incredible, and this is one of my favorites. You know, speaking of Belloy, this is the Venture Ready Pack. Comes in at 26 liters and it's zippered. I got rid of the Belloy Venture Pack, which is just the regular Venture that has the hook closing, and almost everybody asked me if it was this bag, and good reason, because this is top 3 one of the best bags I have ever used. The Belloy Venture Ready Zip is just a really solid day bag. It's everything you pretty much want. Besides the fact that you can use these zippers to put them wherever you want to get access into the bag wherever you want, it also has great minimal organization, a nice front access quick compartment that I really enjoy, and it has a pretty comfortable and smooth air channel. One of the problems that people had with the first Venture Pack from Belloy was strap slippage and the straps coming loose. On this one, I will say they fixed it. I have not had that issue at all as I continue to use it. So overall, I think the Belloy Venture Ready Zip is one of the best day bags you can get there. Like I said, top 3 bags I've ever used. These 2 are 2 unique and subtly different and have different things about them that make them unique in their day pack respectfulness. But these are both two of the best day packs you can get. And again, different, but still very, very solid, and one of my favorites. So this is the Mission Workshop Rake, the only bag I have ever tried, tested, and used from Mission Workshop, but a bag that the moment I got it, like 2.5 years ago, was the moment I knew no matter what, I would never part with it. This is an expensive and unique bag, and doesn't even come in this like wax canvasy version that I got. But this is a really unique and solid day pack in the sense that it does work for travel. It actually does work for photography because there's a giant camera cube you can put in here, but it not only does it look unique and in my opinion, very stylish. I love the way this bag looks, but it also has two unique front, almost quick access compartments that can fit a variety of things. The only problem about this bag, besides the fact that I think maybe it has a little bit too much organization going, because you have this pocket up here, you have a pocket down here, you have the roll top, you have the two things out here, you have some pockets on the back, the zipper, the water bottle pocket comes out, but it's like almost like this bag is a transformer in a sense, where it's like, hey, you have all this organization if you need it, but one thing to keep in mind is this bag, as well as Mono put it in his initial review, is like a mosquito. The more you put into it, the more it puffs out, and the more it puffs out, the more it limits what you can put into it. So one thing about this bag that I will say, and for me, I really enjoy it, is you have to be very thoughtful about what you're putting in here, because if you put something in the wrong spot, it might affect where you put everything. So if you're like a methodical packer and you're like, well, this has to go here, and this needs to go here, and this pouch goes here, which, to be fair, I do that quite a bit, almost all the time. I am that way. Then this bag is kind of nice, and I really like it. And also, it's just one of those bags that holds a very special place in my heart, and I decided to keep it. And I still love it, and I still use it. It's actually my outdoor bag. Whenever we go like snowboarding or hiking or backcountry skiing, this is typically the bag that I actually bring with me because it's waterproof, it's durable, you can hook things on the outside, it does a great job of holding all my snowboarding gear. It's fantastic. Okay, next up on the list, we have the wonderful Peter McKinnon camera bag set. Now, right now on Kickstarter, there is a new Peter McKinnon Nomadic camera bag set. I'm not backing it, I'm not getting it, I'm not reviewing it. I don't think it looks good. To me, it just looks like another average camera bag for the most part, especially when you consider what came before. Now, the reason why I love both of these Peter McKinnon camera bags is not only because I'm a big Peter McKinnon fan, but also because of just how well these bags are made and just how much you can really do with them. For those of you that don't know, my new job after leaving the environmental company, going into the freelance world briefly, I've now landed myself the job I've always wanted, which is being the director of media and marketing for a cannabis company here locally in Colorado. Now with that, I get to create like YouTube videos for them, I get to create TikToks, Instagram, whole 9 yards. But with that comes a lot of camera gear. Now I'm on the move 5 days a week, bringing drones, cameras, cinema cameras, lighting rigs, mics, podcast equipment, sound bars, all kinds of stuff. Not to mention SD cards and batteries. Not to mention the fact that on top of that, I'm also going on trips with these guys to film them and vlog them and stuff like that. And because of that, not only do I need an incredibly durable, wonderful camera bag that I can organize, I also need an incredibly wonderful camera bag that can hold everything and also have a compartment for clothes. Yes, the Wonder Provoke bags are incredible camera bags, but those to me are more for my own personal photography. Those are the bags you can throw a hoodie in the top part, load up your Sony a7 IV, maybe your Rode mic, maybe some other stuff that you might need, maybe your drone, and head up into the mountains and film. When I'm filming for Bonanza, I don't really use my Wandered Provoke, mainly because I'm bringing so much gear with me that I just need something that's heavy hitting. And this thing is pretty much similar to the Wandered Provoke, but unlike the Wandered Provoke, it's not roll top, it's zip, and it does give me a little bit more of an organization standpoint, which is why these two camera bags are some of my favorite, especially this one. This bag, I think I'm gonna have to make a whole nother video on it because the more I use it, the more I truly believe that this thing is just like from start to finish. Yes, maybe a little overpriced, but that's because you're getting the Peter McKinnon name. But this bag really feels like a Peter McKinnon bag. It really feels like something he put together. And maybe those Kickstarter bags, I'll eventually come around or try them. But on the first glance, they just looked not really my style, especially again, considering that these are the two bags they produced before, unique and individual in their own right. Yes, it's black. Yes, it's tarpaulin. Yes, it's sleek. Yes, it looks like everything else that Nomadic and Peter McKinnon love. But that's the thing, like the Nomadic Peter McKinnon look, this is it. this is what I picture, because this is Peter McKinnon and this is Nomadic. So these two definitely made the cut, and I love them. Again, this one, for real. This is the Tarpin Fern Bay, and also the last official bag on this list. Now, I haven't talked about this bag that much, but ultimately this is like a 50-liter outdoor hiking adventure bag. I would not use this for travel. I would not use this for EDC. I wouldn't probably not even try to bring this on the plane in terms of up above. I would have to check this. This is a great bag that my partner and I use whenever we do intense hiking, or if we go on trips here locally, we have to drive and we're staying overnight. This bag is a great hiking, overnight, camping, wilderness, adventure, throw it off a mountain with the prize jewels inside type of bag. It's from Wandered, it's made from tarpaulin, it's solid. I have a video on it. I don't use this bag all the time. Honestly, I probably use this bag only a few times a year, if that, but those few times a year that I use it, I really enjoy it. It's one of those bags that's nice to have when you have it. And for me, the Tarpin Fern Bay does a really good job. And I've been thinking about making another video about it. So if you would like another video about this, or the Peter McKinnon Nomadic bag, or me hitting my hand on the table, ow, let me know, because I'd be down to make videos on any of these bags if you want more about them, because they are my favorites. So those are the bags that I decided to keep that to me were some of the cream of the crop. Yes, there's a lot from repeat brands that you've seen, but to me, those are the brands and these are the bags that I have consistently had cream of the crop, just great results from. And you might be wondering, well, why isn't Pact on this list? Pact would be on this list except for the fact that they are sending me a bunch of their new version 2 stuff, including like the new travel bag, Sling, backpacks, and things like that. And because of that, I'm getting rid of the Pact V1. I figured, well, Pact is still great, but I don't have those bags yet, so I can't put them in this video. And I haven't tried them, so who knows if they would have actually made the cut. Probably would have. I mean, it's Pact, let's be honest. So with all that being said, if you have any questions or comments about the bags I decided to keep, let me know down below. And like I said, if you want another video, an updated video about the Nomadic 35-liter camera travel Peter McKinnon bag, or any of the other bags, like an updated review about any of them, about how I feel a certain amount of time later, let me know, because I would love to do that. I'm a big fan. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that wonderful nonsense. And yeah, with all of that being said, I already said that. So I will see you next time. No more energy drinks first thing in the morning.